Thanks for joining us today. I'm Anthony and this is Brian. And Brian's here to talk about the Spartans and talking about how they were quite a stronger, more resilient race. And just wanted to get Brian to elaborate. We were having a discussion last night about it and wanted to tell everyone else about
how good they were.
How good they were.
Yeah, really. They were so good that who would remember a sporting team 2,500 years in the future? Would you remember any of the soccer? Would you remember Manchester United in 2,500 years' time? We still remember them, the Spartans, because they were quite unusual to say the least. But here we are, trying to understand how they were so much better physically by just the fact of their physical endeavours that remain on the history record. There's no doubt that they were. There was never any more than 10,000 Spartans. They ruled their area. The Spartan Empire lasted about 300 years, around about the 5th century BC. They were totally committed to war, and the war was phalanx battle, generally speaking. There was most probably unstaged battles, but it was phalanx battle. And not only did they practiced a form of child inspection and selected the best ones. They had a form of very strange physical training, very strange, to our eyes anyway. So here we find ourselves.
But it seemed to work for them. They worked it out.
It's hard to know whether it was by luck or judgment, but the end result was something to be marvelled at in retrospect of our current physical standard, even Olympic standard. It would be doubtful if you gather together 10,000 of the world's top physical and warlike people, whether they could win against 10,000 Spartans. I know it would be conjecture that we've got very people who play football and boxers and martial artists. Whether 10,000 modern people could compete against the Spartans is, to my mind, remains doubtful, extremely doubtful. And it seems unfortunate that some of these living processes have been totally disregarded, particularly in our modern era, where we train with weights, we have peculiar chemical formulae, we have other training aids, running training, mental training, suggestive. So we have a whole panoply of training routines, and every single one misses. We haven't got one thing that looks like the Spartan. For some reason, the main Spartan training routine is completely neglected in our society, and to sound even stranger, we've used it as a punishment system.
The whipping.
The whipping technique. They used it as a form of physical training, and we use it we have used it as a disciplinary system. Yeah, viciously used. Although we'll come to it, whipping used by the Spartans was not primarily a disciplinary system. It was calculated exactly the same as you would a modern weight training routine, at varying intensities different stages,
Stimulation technique.
stimulation technique, different stages for different individuals.